This morning, a Del Mar Union School District board member is out on bail after being arrested in a human trafficking operation in Florida. It is 6 a.m. now on this Friday. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Netta Ibrampur. Glad you're with us here. Scott Wooden is his name, and he has now resigned from the school board. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol joining us live at the district office in Del Mar with the details. Good morning, Dana Marie.
Good morning, Eric and Netta. Parents are pretty concerned over learning this information. Scott Wooden is now was a trustee back since 2010 and now arrested in Florida for soliciting a prostitute. Now, according to the Polk County, Florida sheriff, he was supposed to be visiting, helping his mom and dad in Florida when he got caught with an undercover detective who posted an online ad for an escort. The two made arrangements to meet. When he arrived, the sheriff said he offered $200 in cash for sex. The 60-year-old, who is married with 2 children, was arrested without incident. Wooden now faces 1 misdemeanor charge of soliciting a prostitute. He was released from jail earlier this week after posting a $500 bail. Meanwhile, news of his arrest has spread among parents here in the district. Some say Wooden should be placed on administrative leave immediately.
My neighbors and many parents were outraged. It's just concerning because we don't know who to trust anymore as a parent.
Now, the Del Mar Union School District responded saying the allegations are truly shocking. They say they're continuing to learn more about the incident information as it becomes available. Now, we do know Wooden is scheduled for his arraignment on February 24th in Florida, so we should get a little bit more details in regards of what happened in this case. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Any further information on CBS8.com. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from Del Mar.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you. And now this morning, a staff member at Rancho Buena Vista High School is in jail, accused of making an anonymous threat against the school. The sheriff's department says Alma Cacho used a cell phone app to make this anonymous threat in January. Investigators were able to track down that call, and they did determine it came from Cacho's cell phone.
Well, new this morning, former Aztec and NFL punter Matt Ariza is playing pro football in Tijuana. The Galgos just posted this image welcoming Ariza to the 2023 season. Ariza was cut by the Buffalo Bills after a young woman alleged he and 2 other SDSU football players raped her when she was 17. The DA decided to not file charges against any of the players, saying there is no path to a criminal conviction. But the alleged victim is still suing the 3 men. Several news organizations, including CBS 8, also filed a motion to unseal the search warrants from the police investigation. A hearing on that is scheduled later today. And a warning this morning for orange and blue line trolley riders. County health officials and MTS say you may have been exposed to tuberculosis. They're working to notify riders who used the trolley between June 30th and December 30th of last year. The locations and possible times of exposure right here on this graphic. For more information on this, you can call the County TB Control Program.
And now we have new information on Title 42 this morning. The U.S. Supreme Court has canceled oral arguments on this policy, and no explanation was given as to why. A hearing had been scheduled for March 1st. Title 42 was instituted under the Trump administration, allowing the U.S. to deport migrants over COVID concerns at that time. Well, the Biden administration plans to lift the order in May. The earthquake death toll now close to 42,000 people in Syria and Turkey, where these images just heartbreaking. We're finding ways that you can help those who've been impacted, so have been searching for ways to help out. How about check out this local cafe, the Humble Bean Cafe in Bay Park, sending proceeds from their Turkish lattes to earthquake victims. The owner was first sending money to Turkey through the Turkish embassy, now sending money to an organization called Syrian Forum USA, so they're helping people in Syria.
We want to try to help as much as we can. It's just everybody just has to come together to do whatever we can.
Yeah, that's Asim that you just heard from, so check them out. Also, local company Pura Vida, headquartered in La Jolla, they've made this bracelet for earthquake relief where 100% of those proceeds also go to help the victims. We have a list of many other organizations that are trying to help out. Go to CBS8.com.
This morning, local gas prices are trending back up again. Today's average gas price, $4.77 here. That's up 3 cents from yesterday and 3 cents higher than this date last year. But oil companies are paying less and making near record profits. CBS 8's Chris Groh live in Kearny Mesa now, working for you to find out what is going on here. The math doesn't add up, does it?
No, and that's exactly what even some watchdogs are asking for both the state and federal government to take a look into. Why is it that oil is cheaper and prices of gas are going up, especially when we're still pumping that winter blend into our cars? So let's break down the numbers here. We're looking at $4.77. That is the average gallon of gas here in San Diego County, that being, of course, unleaded. That's a 3-cent increase from just last night and a 3-cent increase, as you guys pointed out, from last year. But that overnight increase, that's the largest one since October 1st, and that's when we saw those record high gas prices. Now, of course, this has been the trend lately in Southern California, but if you take a look at prices nationwide, they've actually gone down. But here in San Diego County, they've gone up 10 straight days and 15 of the last 17. Now, the price of oil barrels, that's not only down, but it's $15 a barrel less than it was last year. So experts actually think that the price is going to only go up even further. Again, the math not adding up as the summer blend starts to flow. Now, we spoke with Charles Langley with Public Watchdog. He says the state and federal government should not only investigate, but the refineries need to come up with an explanation about how it is that they are profiting off the back of consumers.
What it says is that there's no relationship between supply and demand and the price of goods and the scarcity of those goods.
Things in perspective, the average price right now at $4.77 is down about $1.67 from that record high back in October. But at the same time, again, guys, if you're looking at the trends, last 10 days, it's gone up. We're looking at $4.77. And then when that summer blend does start to get injected, again, people are scared. We're going to start seeing those $5 and more prices over here at the gas for regular unleaded. And that's just not a price that people are really accustomed to paying on more and more and more frequently. Eric and Netta?
Yeah, especially with credit card debt so high,
Yeah.
a lot of people putting that on the
Boy,
charge card.
I was excited for spring and summer, but now maybe put a pause button on it.
Spring break at home. Who's excited, right?
We'll walk to spring break.
Hey, at least we're in San Diego for it. We can enjoy that part. It's 6:08. We are off to a cold start to the morning. We've had many people saying it doesn't exactly feel like San Diego when you step outside with these temperatures. The plus side that we have this morning for our Friday is that temperatures are slightly warmer than where they were at this time yesterday and the day prior. Wednesday and Thursday morning both involved the frost advisory. Now, Friday morning, no watches, warnings, or advisories in effect. 42 right now in Oceanside, 46 in Del Mar, 43 in La Mesa, and 38 in El Cajon. So yes, it is cold out there, but it is not as cold as yesterday. And in some cases, once you head inland, the changes from this time yesterday are significant. Ramona right now is 23 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, 15 degrees warmer up at Palomar Mountain, 11 degrees warmer right now in Poway than this time yesterday. Along the coast, we're in some cases slightly cooler in Encinitas, Carlsbad, and downtown. Del Mar looking identical right now to this time 24 hours ago. So really dependent on where you are as to how your morning is shaping up. What we're all seeing is cloud cover right now. By the afternoon, we're going for the mid-60s. We're hoping that a lot of those clouds break apart and we get some sun. That's the expectation, is that those clouds aren't going to be at their full capacity, not exactly overcast, but cloudy. So we'll have those clouds passing by. We'll have them breaking apart at times. Temperatures are still boosting to the mid-60s, and that's because we still are holding on to an offshore flow. It's going to be weak, but at times pick up across the mountaintops. So remember, if you're traveling over the mountain passes, those gusts could reach into the 30-40 mile per hour range. But along the coast and inland, even toward East County, we're staying pretty mellow. It's a relatively weak offshore flow compared to when we would have, say, a full-blown Santa Ana wind event. You've got those clouds starting to build through not only San Diego County, but across the state of California, moving through Nevada and Arizona. Again, expected to break apart toward the afternoon. Let's take a look at traffic this morning and how the roads are shaping up. Want to take you to a crash that just popped up here on our screen. Besides this, everything is pretty mellow to kick off the morning. This one is on the 15. It's the 15 southbound at the 5. So at that intersection, you might run into some delays going from the southbound 15 to the 5. Back to you, Ned and Eric.